What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a very exciting video. I'll try not to be excited, but Super Duty trailer. I just got back. I dropped the enclosed off, picked up the flat deck. Got a call from First Choice. They got something there for us, so I gotta grab some straps, clean the trailer off. And then, yeah, we're heading off to Drayton Valley to First Choice Recreation. So, you know it's a Can-Am product or a Skidoo. Well, no, it's a Can-Am product. But I'm gonna get loaded up. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, so we're here at First Choice Recreation. I did a little bit of stuff since we got here. We got the paperwork all dealt. But I guess here you guys go. This is the new machine that we bought. This is a, oh, I got it on manual focus, one sec. There we go. So, 2021 Maverick Sport XMR. This thing is brand spanking new. Just go a short walkthrough right here. And then of course when we get home, the full review. Of course, snorkeled, 30-inch cryptids, arched A-arms, these massive Fox shocks with the QS3s on them. This thing, absolutely nuts. Cool thing, it actually comes with synthetic winch cord, so that was actually a big plus I just found out about. This thing is awesome. First Choice Recreation. If you guys are in the market for one of these and you're in Alberta, these guys will hook you up. They always do. They've been taking great care of me for the last few years. So I gotta strap this thing down and then we'll make our way home. Oh, I also have to tarp it because, as you can see, the road is disgusting. I want to keep that thing clean till we get home, so I'm gonna get to work. There we go. She's ready for the ride home. I hope that tarp's gonna live. I bought that like half hour ago. Well, we made it home. Maverick looking good, all tarped up. This is a really bad tarp job, trust me. It wasn't great. It is getting dark, and by the time I'm unloaded, it will be super dark. Yes, I have lights, but we're gonna wait. I got to work tomorrow, and then I have Remembrance Day off, so we're gonna do a full review on Remembrance Day. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I can't wait that long. Me and Kenna are gonna take this for a rip tonight, so we'll let you know how that goes. I might get my GoPro, but I'll probably just wait. Yeah, I'm stoked. So yeah, next part of the video coming up. So it's a new day. Let's go in here. Oh yeah. So I've actually ran this thing. I think we got I forget how many K. It's got to be about 10-15 now. Me and Kenna took it for a ride. Love this thing. And then I went for a really good rip on it last night. I guess we'll do this. We'll do a walk around inside. Actually, no. We'll kick it outside. I'll open the door. We'll do a cold start. Cold start. It's like minus 15 out. There you go. We'll do a quick walk around. You know, these are stunning units. Of course, the exhaust, it's not a bad idle. We're definitely going to be looking at getting a pipe for it. And And then eventually we will turbo this, or that's the plan. Do you guys have one of these you're running in exhaust? Let me know what you got, what sounds the best. I want something mild. I don't want to be obnoxious, but then again, I want to be obnoxious. So, but yeah. Nice little warm up. This thing is just beautiful. I'm gonna shut it off, and then we'll do a full walkthrough here. Okay, so we're gonna start at the front here. I believe this has a 4,000 pound winch on it. They do come with synthetic winch cable. That's a big bonus. Of course, this is an XMR, so it's got the lime green, or I believe this is either lime green or sunburst yellow is what they call it. Of course, they come with a 30-inch ITP cryptid. They are 9-inch wide in the front and 11s in the back. They're good tires so far. They're a little lumpy, but we got some other tires we're gonna be throwing on this one, so these aren't gonna stay. There's also plenty of room. Guys are running 34s, 35s on here, so I need to spec out a big size tire, and we'll be putting those on here in the next little bit. But moving along, of course, big old Fox. They're like a QS3 almost, front and rear with coilovers. Really nice. This one, it came with their halogen bulbs for high and low, and then this is like an LED deal. Real slick. Under this front panel, of course, you pop that off, and then you have brake fluids. That's what those two little bottles are. Lots of room. Now, I've been looking for a rad relocate so I can mount that in the back. Now, I was told that this has the same rad as what the X3 has. So Can-Am says that even with this full of mud, it'll still have sufficient cooling for this machine. We'll put that to the test. The only thing I don't like is that, of course, this is all just a plastic grill. So you have trees and stuff, they will go through that and damage the rad. So we'll leave it like this for now until we come up with a solution for that. And of course, this panel just pops in here. I know that there is one kit where the rad will mount up top here. I don't like that, because then of course you lose your vision. But we'll figure something out here. Now, of course, XMR comes with the Fender Flares, the add-ons, and the flares themselves. So it's quite a wide. You still do have tires stick out, and once we put wider wheels and rims on, they'll stick out even more. It's got really heavy, whatever that UPM or WPM plastic is, skid paneling. I like that quite a lot. Just, you'll have sticks and stuff come through. That protects you as a rider or a driver. Yeah, not much else to talk about up here. Nice badging. I kind of like how they did the almost like the stealth lettering on the door. Looks really good. These doors, these come stock with this. It's got nice heavy foam around the edge. Supposed to seal really well. We haven't put that to the test quite yet. And then of course you have adjustable driver's seat. I don't know if the passenger moves or not. I haven't tried. And then it just comes with standard seat belts. We will be switching these out for 4-points for me and McKenna. Looking at the drivers, you have a nice little cubby right there. I don't know how well that's going to focus right now, just with the lighting that we have, but big enough. My phone, it fits in there, so lots of room there. And then of course it's just snaps, or it's just this little rubber deal that I pushed in too far. I'll deal with that later. Nice big gauge. We'll just turn that on. What do I gotta go one more? Oh yeah, there we go. So, nice big display. I like this quite a lot. Then of course you got all your lights on the bottom. You have gear indicator. Of course it's in park and it's not showing, but that's fine. It's a little touchy. Fuel gauge on one side, the trip. So there, we're sitting right about 15 kilometers. You have your winch control, you have off, you have low beams, and then you have high beams. Real nice switches, just rockers. Of course, steering wheel, it tilts up and down. You have gas, brake pedal down there. Actually, quite a lot of foot room. I have, these are size 13 Dunlops, and I have plenty of room to get my feet in here. So I like that. You have a nice little shifter. Really easy to use. So that's another good one. This little deal here, I believe, is for the wet sound stereo system that you can buy for these. And then of course you have your buttons for the display. Really nice setup. I like this. I don't believe the 19s and the 20s have this. I think they're just rocker switches, so that was an update. 12 volt plug up there and another little cubby. 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then front diff lock. I haven't tried the front diff lock yet, but I'm excited to. And then of course you have trail or mud. From what I was told, that button there, the trail to mud, is just how aggressive the locker will kick in, out, and I guess how aggressive the 4-wheel drive will be. Of course, I've only had it for 15K, so we haven't been able to test it and figure out the difference for like the driver, or how else do I say this, just the way that the vehicle will behave under those conditions. What else do I got? Oh yeah, there is cup holders in these. You got one down below on the passenger side and then one on the driver's side. They are very low, so you'd be able to have quite a big cup there, not knock them. On the back here, the gear shift, there looks like there's 2 little spots for rocker switches. We'll see about I was looking if Can-Am had add-on auxiliary switches that'll match their rocker switches. I haven't found those, but there is aftermarket ones that you can buy. I just, you know, if I can buy the factory fit Can-Am ones, I will, just for a little cleaner look and whatnot. Just readjust. One thing I absolutely love on this machine, look at this big storage compartment. Like, this thing is huge. Of course, the manual's in there. So, for you that have a manual, you know kind of how big these are. You can stand a manual completely up and you still have room. So, this I'm excited about. I don't know how waterproof it'll be, but, you know, it's got lots of room for goodies and whatnot. So, one more thing on the seats. I know that you can buy the factory 4-point harnesses for these, and I do believe that they fit through this, like your seat holes. I need to see how I sit in this, if these will be right above my shoulder or not, and then we will get some seat harnesses. I'm not sure on what style. I'm thinking probably Simpsons, because they look the comfiest. Doors open, close really nice, and they're nice and tight. This one could be adjusted just a little bit more, but it opens, closes really nice, so you don't want to go overly tight. This is not actually a vent, even though it looks like a vent. It's hard plastic. The back, you got your super wide Fender Flares. I'll just show a profile of that rear tire. Only a little bit shows on the back. One thing that's huge, if you're coming from owning one of the older Can-Ams, you know what a pain in the ass it was to access the belts. This one, it's right here. Only thing I am worried about is because it's so open, I'm just worried that I might have debris sticks that will damage that. Of course, I haven't found anyone that has had that problem, but you never know. We ride pretty hard, so it'll be something to keep an eye on. If anyone knows of like a billet or aluminum cover that someone makes, let me know in the comments below. It's something I would consider putting on this, just so I don't have to worry as much. I know there's lots of guys that run in the sand that just leave those open, but I need that enclosed because water does not do good on belts. In the back, here's a better shot of these massive Fox shocks that they have on them. Of course, your bypass reservoir, and then you can adjust the oil flow rate, so you have 1 to 3. These are very much the same as the QS3s that I have on my sled, other than I have the airs, not coilovers. From the looks of it, they're big beefy axles. These trailing arms, or the A-arms, they're absolutely massive. Like, Can-Am did a great job building these. One of the reasons I did end up going with the Maverick Sport, yes, it's smaller. It's still a 64-inch wide machine. It sits very much similar to what a Polaris Razor would, from what I know. The X3, you can get them 64 or 72-inch wide, but I believe on the 64, like where you can see my tires sticking out, the body is pretty much flush with the tires. For that, for running on trails and stuff, that's a wide machine. You're gonna wreck a lot of stuff. So that's why we went with this. Now, of course, we haven't gone down any trails yet, so it's hard to say this one might get beaten. I'm not too sure. But I bought it small because, and then I do like how the rear has A-arms. They're not trailing arms with the long links. Had a guy I rode with, he had a 16 Maverick, one of the Turbo 1000s, and then it's got that like 3-link deal back to the pivot point. He actually had a stick come through those 3 links and bend them, absolutely ruining his rear. Where this, it's solid, so it's going to take a lot more to abuse that A-arm. Coming in for a closer look here, you got the engine sitting right there. Your oil dipstick, that's that little gray one. Transmission box and diff. Lots and lots of room here. Of course, you have a nice nifty heat shield. And it's actually fairly open, so having to work on this, if we're on the trail or something, it is accessible. I do like that. And then lots of room here. Force Turbos makes a turbo kit for these. I am looking at getting one. Probably won't happen right away, but it is in the works. It's supposed to bring these up to like 84 horsepower at the rear wheels, so that'll be exciting if we can get our hands on one of those. Not sure if you know someone that makes a turbo kit other than Force. Comment below. I'll definitely head over and take a look at them. In the back of this thing, there is a huge box. Of course, you have the Can-Am BRP links, and of course there's boxes that you can put in here. They'll lock in, and I believe you have to buy the link kits to go in. I'm gonna try and find something that's completely waterproof, because I do have a feeling that the back of here will go underwater at one point. Of course, the Snorkels, they sit about head height, so in the case that your head's underwater, well, your snorkels are probably going to still be above water. There is extensions on these you can buy. That will be something I'm looking into as well. So you have intake, belt intake, and then I believe this is clutch exhaust. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it comes up, does a 90, and then blows back down right here. Yeah, this should be your belt exhaust. It just keeps that connection on the pipe clean of debris, just so you don't have a fire hazard there. Standard, they come with a hitch. So if you want to put a ball or something or a tiger tail on here, it is a possibility. Front rear sway bars, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Behind this panel is the air filter. I learned that. And then apparently if you have a small tractor or you work on small equipment, it's that same style like air filter housing. It's like a Donaldson deal, just a cartridge filter that goes in there. So that's real slick. Apparently they're watertight, but we will put that to the test, of course. And then yeah, the gas cap, it's in about a normal spot for these side-by-sides. It's a clicking one, so you get them tight and then they'll click when they are tight. That's kind of a nice deal. The only thing right off the bat that I don't like about these is the way the cages are. Like, you look at the machine from a side angle, the back of the cage is super tall. I know they probably have to do that because of course they sell these. It doesn't matter if you're 8 feet tall or 4 feet tall, they have to have them, so they're universal for people. But looking at these, lots of guys do a cage chop. Like, look at how bad, or not bad, but just exposed the welds are here on the cage. And it almost looks like they added this little short 4-inch piece here. So to chop the cage, I guess you cut here and you cut here and drop this down to there. We'll probably be doing that. I just need to find some lime green paint just so we can clean up the weld afterwards. But definitely something we are going to consider doing. If you have any other questions about the machine or something that I missed, be sure to comment below. I'll definitely update in the next video we do with the machine. But definitely go below, subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 1,000 subs. Super awesome. And then yeah, just give us a big thumbs up, and we'll see you next video.